Well, teens today are known as the selfie generation, and while selfies can be ways to express themselves, experts say there's a dangerous side that can result in body shame and anxiety. In tonight's Cyber Safe Parent, our Mary Stackhouse looks into when parents should be concerned.
Just look at social media, and there's no question that teens today love taking and posting selfies. But too much fuss over choosing the right selfie to share and too much time spent editing those selfies can be dangerous, according to a study in the Journal of Children and Media. The study found that too much focus and obsession over posting selfies can lead to self-objectification in teens, which basically means they see themselves as objects to be viewed by others.
Objectification about yourself, that you are posting something for others to just base you on your physical appearance is very dangerous.
Lauren Roberts, who works with teens on behavioral issues, says it can lead to disordered eating and also to eating disorders.
Oftentimes, they base their physical appearance on what they're posting on social media, the comments and likes they're getting on social media. It's most common among girls, but boys also experience this as well based on how many muscles they have or how they appear or look.
Roberts says parents should monitor their teens' use of social media and communicate with them about it.
Having that open communication where I'm not going to overreact, I'm not going to offend you. What I'm going to do is be here to help monitor in a way that is healthy, and opening up that line of discussion where the child doesn't feel like their parent is taking away all their independence, but that they are working together to make sure they're using social media in a healthy way.
Putting the Valley first, Mary Stackhouse, WZDX News.
The study found that excessive focus on selfies specifically led to appearance anxiety, body dissatisfaction, and body shame. For more